just you and me. See, when up in Nigeria, we be your friend. Them they carry our money enter area. Let no one know if we done trouble. All I want to let them know it's what's up. You got them and it on our side. Everybody we want train or campsite. And that was an Azukilishi. Them leave us for water. Put up on our machine. I make it put our hands together so that we go fight them together. We are friends. We are to make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. Don't be so the smart as a past me, as I take my time and sing reality. In a struggle, they hustle, they muscle. Why some people that they cannot ever move? All we need is a great nation, which is Biafra in our world today. All we need is to be free, freedom to enjoy our nationality. Waiting I see, now so me I used to talk them. Share so come now so you go understand them. Chukwuemeka is my backbone forever. If you like it, make it there, just smoke marijuana. We are friends. We are the one make a better day, so let's start giving. Just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones to make a better day, so let's not give up. There's a choice to make it. We're saving all our future. We'll make a better day, just you and me. So let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. See money at the area. Let no one know if it's done trouble. All I want to let them know it's what's up. You got them and it on our side. Everybody will want train or campsite. And that was an Azukilishi. Them leave us for water, put up on our machine. We make it put our hands together so that we go fight them together. We are friends. We are the one make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our we are the world. We are friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day. start giving. The choice we make, real selling now all we make the better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are friends. We are the ones to make a better day, so let's not give up. There's a choice to make it. We'll save it all. Future will make a better day, just you and me.
Allow me to worship Chukwukika Biama on behalf of the entire family listening right across the length and breadth of this very planet. Umu Chineke, all of you who are ordained, all of you who are destined to perform wonders, I welcome all of you. Now, I will present you to Chukwukika Biama in heaven. Therefore, our Father who resideth in heavens above, looking down upon the pain and the suffering of your children, as was foretold by those who has gone before us, that a day will come when the world will gang up, when all the children of darkness will congregate to prevail against your children. That time is now. We are in pain. We are in so much suffering that man cannot begin to comprehend it. We ask for your mercy. We ask for you to come and present and provide a way where there is none. We ask you, Chukwukika Biama, if we came amara n'ime ndụ ụmụ gị niile ndị IPOB n'ebe niile dị iche iche ruo ebe niile ụwa sọtụrụ ka ịdị mma gị na ebere gị biko gbaso ha ụbọchị ile nke ndụ ha. Ọkwa asụsụ eluigwe. We call upon you this evening. The vultures are congregating. The saboteurs are rising up. We are beginning to identify them. And we are dealing with them. We ask you to give us the strength. We ask you for courage. We ask you for every ounce of determination and resoluteness. Make us as hard as steel, as only you can do. Baptize us in your word, in your knowledge, in your truthfulness, and in your strength to us. Destroy them before they come very close. We will be tempted, of course. Our defenses will be tried without a shadow of a doubt. Sometimes there may be breaches, but in the end we prevail because that is your word and that is your promise. This evening we hold on resolutely to that very command of yours. Your own spoken word. The word that you gave to your children when you said to them that they should not worship any idol, they should not bow before any graven image. We have made mistakes in our lives. We have bowed before European idols. We have done everything but worship you in truth and honesty. But now, having realized the errors of our ways, we present ourselves before you, that you may do with us as you please. So it was prayed thousands of years ago. That same prayer will re-echo because we are nothing without you. We are nothing without you. We can have the best defenses in the whole world. We can procure the finest anti-jamming equipment available. But it is you that will defend your inheritance. You will defend Biafra. You know that we are honest and truthful people. You know that we preach this gospel in the knowledge that your children must be free in the land of the living, that they may go back and worship you in Zion as they have done thousands of years ago. This is our prayer now and always because we are your children. You can't abandon us to the forces of evil and darkness. That is not your will. And it can never be. That is why today, tomorrow, and always, as you have called us to undertake this very monumental and epic task, as you have determined that your word must be preached in the land, that very land you gave to our ancestors thousands of years ago, so shall it be done in our lifetime. Allow us to be worthy to serve thee. Chukwu Abiama, allow us to be considered worthy to serve you. You know we speak the truth. Our enemies are liars. They are cheats and they are killers. They are bloodthirsty bastards, all of them. All of them bar none. They have brought their lies to bear upon all their dealings. Their tongue is very spiteful against those of them who are righteous before your sight. Please don't allow shame to befall your children. Don't allow shame to befall your name, because we answer your name, we bear your name. That is why today we make this very prayer in the sure knowledge that Biafra will be restored as your own kingdom upon the face of the earth. That you will be worshipped every blessed day of our lives, as our children will do, and so will their children. Until time everlasting, we have prayed in your name. He said. As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwu Okike Abiama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiama, who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, told by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation, as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in so he said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafronia Wemna Chineke, not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord. By your grace, Chukwukika Biama. Onyemna Bisiala Nefe. We honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, may not understand what we are doing, but there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachuku, the child of heaven. We do. Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years and will continue to do so until the end of time.
Good evening, great dear friends and wonderful people. I welcome you this evening. Today, of course, being the 4th and direct here in South Africa, reaching humanity across the face of this planet they call Earth. My name is Barrister Ikechukwu Onoha, and of course, I have come this evening to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. And this is the gospel of hope, as started and founded by Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, this is what we are doing. And when I say gospel of truth, I'm talking about the unadulterated truth. And this evening, I have come to lay it bare. I have come, of course, to say it the way it is, and of course, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But before we proceed, permit me once again to welcome each and every one of us who are joined. Please to share this broadcast, and of course, invite all your friends. You can also invite all your enemies. Very, very important, because what I have come, I beg your pardon, this evening to do is to speak the whole truth and to say it the way it is and trying to sugarcoat anything. I am going to call a spade this evening. And please, you don't want to miss this broadcast. So therefore, permit me once again, as I'm about to proceed in earnest, and as I'm welcoming you, I will also love you to welcome others so that we can proceed. And of course, you can listen to Biafra Radio on a Biafra Facebook page. If that fails, you can also download our app and download the App Store, the Google Play Store, and it's that simple. Once again, my name is Barrister IykeObed. For those of you who don't know me, I have been doing this kingdom of God on this planet they call Earth to restore Biafra on this planet they call Earth. We are following on the precedence of our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We are doing accordingly. Very, very important. This evening, I've decided to take you back. And when I say take you back, I mean way back. I'm going to go forward. And also, I would like to dive into the situation, the things that are happening in IPOB at this present time. Because some of us who are quiet, some of us that you don't hear our voices on Facebook anymore, some of us that kept quiet, we know too much. And it's not because we don't know what to say, it's because we are very intelligent. Just like our leader always said, we don't back like a dog, go to Facebook and begin to talk, out of sense. That is not what we do. But what we do is when we talk, it's very important and paramount that you listen and pay attentive, because anything we are telling you is gospel, and I mean the gospel truth. And I'm a Kono and I'm a Boja. My name is Barrister IykeObed. Now, in 2026, and I want you to grab your pen and paper, very, very important, because everything that I'm going to tell you this evening, everything that I'm going to reveal to you this evening, you will remember them. Very, very important, because when I tell you something, I will give you a reference. When I tell you something, I will back it up with evidence. I am a lawyer. I am an attorney. And when I speak, I don't speak hearsay. No, that's not what I do. If I don't have evidence to back up what I'm saying, I'd rather not say it. And that's what I was taught as a lawyer in the law school. If you want to make an argument, you must be able to substantiate that which you are alleging. You don't just speak without evidence. I don't gossip. That is something I don't do at all. And I've learned so much under the feet of our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He taught me a lot. Mazen Kanu taught me a lot. I learned so much from him. Now, people are Mazi, a lot has said about you. People have blackmailed you. People have lied against you, but you yourself. You know what? A wise man does not talk when everybody is talking. I'm going to repeat that again. A wise man or woman does not talk when everybody is talking. A wise man or woman will let you finish. A wise man or woman will let you blah, blah, blah. Speak all the nonsense. Speak all the lies. When you are done barking like a dog, it might be a year, it might be 2 years, it might be 3 years. Then a wise man will respond. I remember when Asari Dokubo was castigating Oyendumaz Nnamdi Kanu, was talking all manner of nonsense, insulting our leader. I called Oyendumaz Nnamdi Kanu and say, why do you allow Asari Dokubo to talk all those manner of nonsense against you? You need to respond. I told Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you need to respond. Now, what our leader would not shocking to me, Ikechukwu, allow Ejiohia ka ọ na-agba ụja ka nkịta. That's what our leader told me. He said to me, when people are talking about you, when people are lying against you, don't respond. Keep quiet. It doesn't mean that you have admitted, or rather, admission of guilt, but the virtue of you keeping quiet. No. Allow, when they are talking, people will be wondering, why is this person not responding? That's what our leader told me. So that when you would decide to respond, by the person has their mouth. They have no more, they have nothing else to tell the people. And then you will now have your own time. The whole light, the whole, everything will be upon you. The whole world will be listening while you are decimating the lies one after the other. That is what I learned from Onyindoma Nnamdi Kanu. And I must tell you, it wasn't easy for me keeping quiet all these years. It wasn't easy because I have that zeal. I want to talk. I want to defend myself. But when I remember what our leader Nnamdi Kanu told me, I decided to keep quiet. But this night, I want to give you a tip of the iceberg. Because I've realized that the only thing is just one thing that had destroyed this struggle, IPOB. The only thing that have destroyed this family called IPOB is blackmailing. Now, it's quite understandable when an individual blackmails you. It is quite understandable when, a fellow comrade blackmail you. But when the blackmail is coming from the leadership, extraordinary. I said, when the blackmail is coming from the leadership, it becomes something else. People can talk, people can go and do Facebook Live, and it's coming from a leadership. Now, this is where the problem starts. Because I've realized that what happens in IPOB is that the so-called leader, the so-called leadership, and I'm talking direct talk, the DOS as they call them. Now, don't get me wrong, because when I use the word DOS, some people don't understand that DOS is not an individual. DOS is a collective of men and women who are working, who are supposed to be working assiduously to ensure that our struggle is being run smoothly. So DOS is not a person. So when you wake up and start shouting like a mad dog, DOS are wise, DOS are wise. Who is DOS? It's a question. Because DOS is not a man. DOS is a collective of individuals. A collective of individuals. And by the way, who appointed those individuals? The supreme leader. I never thought in my life that one day I will be hearing the so-called people we look up to that call themselves leadership being the one who are blackmailing the supreme leader. They call him the so-called supreme leader. That's what they call our leader, so-called supreme leader. Believable. And not the first DOS bunch we've had in a long time. We've had so many DOS that have came and gone. And for the life of me, I don't know or understand what made this current DOS felt that they are untouchable, that they cannot be removed, that they are no power unto themselves, that they can overthrow supreme lead, that they take control of IPOB and become a law unto themselves. I have no idea what made them think so. I joined IPOB in the year 2015. I know there are people who came before me, and there are so many that I came after. And I have seen the rules of IPOB. When we talk about our code of conduct. Now, one thing you must understand about human beings, when they are up to no good, when they start planning evil, they discard the law. I say they discard the law. When you talk about code of conduct, they begin to make a mockery of you. They will say, the code of conduct. As if the code of conduct is not something that all of us came together and agreed that this is what is going to be, ruling us, and this is the rules and precedent we're going to follow. Now, to laugh at you when you talk about code of conduct. Then when you talk about the Constitution, or when you quote the Constitution, even in the court of law, people laugh at you. What do you make of that? That is human being. When they want to go left, when they want to, even the same law that they are part of. What is the crime of Wanda Nayanya? Because she said on the code of conduct I stand. On IykeObed code of conduct, that is where I stand. That is the only crime of Wanda Nayanya. But I will come back to that. But let me start in earnest. In 2016, I beg your pardon, I started Radio Biafra satellite station here in South Africa. By then, there were no broadcasts. Nobody is broadcasting except our leader and Mazu Jemefo of those days. These are the two people who were broadcasting. There were no satellite stations. There were no broadcasters. I was the first person that started it. Of course, I did not start it on my own. I was instructed to start it, and I started it in South Africa, and I named it Radio Biafra Motherland. That is why I told you must have a pen and paper. I want you to write that thing down, because what I'm telling you now is historic. It's historical. I named it Radio Biafra Motherland. I was the only broadcaster. I can broadcast for 5 hours. I can broadcast sometimes for 6 hours, 4 hours. And I'm telling you, the viewership is amazing. And then all these wannabe people you see these days, they start coming one after the other. I begin to train them. On how to broadcast and how to use the system, until we begin to have so many broadcasters on Radio Biafra. That is why I told you, I am not moved by numbers. You see, I might be broadcasting, I might have like about 2 people listening to my podcast. I don't give a damn, because I have seen numbers. Numbers doesn't move me. Do you understand? I've been there, I've done that, I've got the text. Numbers doesn't move Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha, because even before you begin to see all those numbers that are blowing your head, Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha have seen hundreds of thousands of viewership. You can go back historically on my YouTube, you will see the numbers. So I don't care who listens. I don't, if you are listening, I don't, for real. But I will keep on saying the truth when I'm chanced, when I have the opportunity. If you want to watch, good. If you don't want to watch, fair enough. Because numbers does not move me. As a matter of fact, numbers have never achieved anything. Because if numbers does achieve something, look at IykeObed. You talk about numbers, we've got numbers all around the world. But look at the thing that we are in. Look at the deep we are in. Look at the deep we found ourselves in, as much as we have the numbers. That's why I say to you, numbers does not move Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha. Why do you think you keep talking about 100 men? The man that saw tomorrow, he knew that all these numbers is rubbish. He knew that all these numbers will come crumbling down one day. And it's happening now, right before our own eyes. And even before it started happening, Onyendu have already told us, 100 men. People are acting surprised today, like, it's a new thing. This 100 men thing is a new thing. This is the thing Onyendu have told us when he was sanitizing us, 100 men. He said so. So you're surprised today. Suddenly now, 100 men is a problem for you. Because the man that saw tomorrow have seen it before it happened. And he said to you, I need only 100 men to restore Biafra. And people are acting all surprised. Like our leader never mentioned anything about 100 men. We continue. So in 2016, I started Radio Biafra satellite station here in South Africa. It saturated the whole of airwave. Many people were listening. I'm telling you, people don't even call me Mazige Chukwana. They called me Motherland. That was my name then, Motherland. So I want you to understand how we started and what we have achieved all those years. And today, you can see we have broadcasters all over. Even those days, there were no Facebook broadcasters. Not even who talks about Biafra. Not even one. It was only Radio Biafra Motherland, which started here in South Africa. And then in 2018, yes, I traveled to Israel. So when I got to Israel, I started, what do you call it? Biafra Rising. That's correct. I opened another radio station, Israel, called Biafra Rising. That's what I named it. Biafra is rising. And it was a boom. It was happening. So I want you to understand, when people talk about Mazige Chukwonoha, the numbers and whatever, I just want to assure you that I have been there. I have done that. I have seen numbers that I don't really need that anymore, because this is not about Mazige Chukwonoha. This struggle is not about my numbers. This struggle is about restoring Biafra, because whatever you do in the struggle, history will judge you either harshly or history will be merciful to you. It depends on how you play this game, because I've realized that it has become a game. So where am I going with this? I want you to pay attention, because blackmailing has become the order of day in IPOB. When you don't agree with somebody, what do you do next? You blackmail them. You lie. You destroy their name, their reputation. Now, while I was in Israel, I'm coming. So I was just scrolling on Facebook and I saw a lady who was talking about Biafra. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm going to mention names because people have gone on air and lied against Mazike Chukwunoha. People have gone on air and speak all manner of despicable things about Mazike Chukwunoha. I saw this lady. Her name is Efe. I don't know her. Her name is Efe. And I said, wow, this person, need to be nurtured. This person need to be brought in what we are doing. We don't have a lot of them. We don't even have all these people who are broadcasting on Facebook. I said, no, we need this woman. Let me see how I can bring her into what we are doing. Say, listen, my what you are doing, like we can work together. And that was how I brought this woman into IPOB. And she joined in. I started training her, telling her what to do, how to broadcast, what to say. I trained her to the best of my ability. And not just only training her, because obviously we are all distanced. She's in Italy. I am in Israel at the moment, And at a point, she was complaining to me, crying about situation she's facing in Italy, telling me about her, inability to take care of herself and everything. I even have to call our leader and say to our leader, please, how do we take care of this woman? I'm mentioning this name because apparently she is now talking against our leader. So our leader said to me, what do you think we will do? I say, please, how we can help. Our leader spoke to Wanda Nayanya. Wanda Nayanya even communicated with me. I told her all about her. And do you know that this woman was being 200 euros every month because I spoke to our leader and our leader spoke to Mawada Nayanya. These are the same person that this lady now is castigating, talking all manner of rubbish. And she was, living well, and she was doing her broadcast. At a time, the time of Nelly Ofebu and her madness, Nelly Ofebu, co-host Efe and paid her some money, and tell her to do 1, 2, 3. Efe now turn around and begin to castigate the DOS. She started broadcasting against the DOS then and begin to broadcast against our leader's family. And I asked her, what is wrong with you? Have you lost it? What are you doing? She cried and begged and said, please, this woman gave me money. I'm suffering. I'm going through a lot. I took the money. Then I did what I did. Please forgive. I said, well, it is not me that you have offended. You have offended Biafra. And then I said, the only thing I can do is I need to bring you on my broadcast so that you can apologize to Biafra worldwide for what you have done. And I want you to confess on radio live. Efe came on radio, and I'm sure that some of you who have been following me all those days know what I'm talking about. She came on the radio and she cried, she apologized, apologized to our leaders' family, apologized to Wanda, apologized to everybody. And she was restored back into IykeObed family. And today, what is the same woman? Like Melinda, with nothing talking nonsense, say what somebody did. And another thing is to speak lies against a person. But one thing about me, Mazike Chukwonoha, I don't fight back. I curse you. That's what I do. We're also my bogono. And bogono, it will happen in your life. This is how I operate. I don't fight my battles. I allow alone to fight for me. I allow the other to fight for me. Because if you are lying against me, you cannot go free. No, you cannot. Unless you are saying the truth. And if you are saying the truth against me, bring facts, bring figures, evidence to back up what you are saying. You cannot just come out and begin to lie against the person who did it. Names I don't appreciate to mention on this hallowed platform. But sometimes, the Bible say, I have to say it to set the record straight. People will think that what they have heard is the truth. I was scrolling through Facebook this evening. Then I run into a live broadcast on Facebook of the lady, what's her name? El Chalugo. I don't know. I just decided to listen and watch. And then she was talking there and talking there, Then I just sent her a few messages. Then when I introduced myself to her, she was amazed. Asked me, please call in. I said, no, I cannot. But I'm going to broadcast this evening. If you want to hear the whole story, join this broadcast. And she was apologizing to me, saying that, all the things she heard about me, she believed it. She thought it was the truth. And one thing I must tell you about that lady that really touched me, I like people who, when they find the truth, or rather I like people like that, because you cannot destroy people's name or hear when people's name are being destroyed, and you agree and you believe on it. But when you hear the truth, you don't want to come out again to say, you know what, I'm sorry. I'll give it to her. I will give it to her. This is how I operate. So this same woman, Efe, liaise with another person, and people don't want to hear about. They call him Ikenga. To me, because we have gone past that stage whereby, don't call their names. Don't call the name of those people. Don't mention them on this platform. No, the gloves are off. I say the gloves are off. If people can have the temerity to insult our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After all he have given, after all he have done in this struggle, God punish you. I will mention your name. I don't give a rat ass. I don't give a damn. If people, I don't want the people. I'm not even talking about ordinary individual. I'm talking about those people who Nnamdi Kanu set apart to take care of business, while to deceive the sheep that was given to them and start talking nonsense. I was listening to, I was going through Facebook, and I saw the so-called SADC rep, Mazi Chukwudi Obiukwu, calling our leader, calling us the supreme leader. That's what he posted on his Facebook. I was shocked. I couldn't believe this. You know, before they used to say they're walking on the ground, the so-called you working on the ground, but now they've come out from underground on the surface, and we are seeing all their plots because they know it's checkmate. They know it's time up, but now want to try if they are going to somehow take over the leadership of IPOB. But let me tell you something. Newsflash for you all. One thing you people don't know about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man who does not fight, but Elohim fight his battle. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu costs you, you will never survive in this life. I'm telling you, because this is what he taught me. I was with Israel for a couple of months. I was with Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu in Israel, and I learned a lot from him. He does not fight. He will pray for you. So for those of you who get ready. Get ready, because the man that you are trying, the man that you have set a war before, is a man who does not fight. Something fights for him, okay, more, something fights for Kanu. The day you all will remember the day you opened your mouth and speak ill against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I say you all will remember the day you opened your dirty mouth and speak ill of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, all of us who came to this struggle, we came into the struggle for our men. I ask you, why did you join IPOB? How did you end up in IPOB? You would tell me, no, I heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One guy sang the song and said, I had a voice on the Radio Biafra London. And that voice was the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a voice like a thunder, calling me to come and join. And I came and I don't. And now all of you have forgotten. All of you have forgotten. Now you are looking on to your fellow servants, because we are all servants in this struggle. You are looking up to your fellow comrade who joined the way you are joined, and you're telling me DOS are wise. And I say to you this evening, if DOS are wise, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is wiser. Did you copy? I said, if DOS are wise, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is wiser. Erigono, nderiri. Erigono. If somebody ever told me in this life that people that came to this struggle because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who sanitized all of you for years, taught you everything you don't know about yourself in the desert. When they were hungry, they gathered themselves and began to speak ill of Moses. Elohim was offended. What did he do? He killed them. The Bible said that earthquake, the land opened and swallowed the children of Israel, because Miriam and Korah and Abira, they spoke against the servant of God. They spoke against the man that God himself, the man that God himself called. Me and you, we did not get the calling. We did not get not even a missed call. He called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and today you all have gathered. You have ganged up against him. You know, the worst thing to do is to beat a man when he's down. The worst thing you can do is to beat a man when he cannot respond back to you, when he cannot fight back to you. That's the worst thing you can do, because Elohim will fight for him. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in jail, he's in prison, he's in Sokoto, and that's for you. You're cowards. I said, DOS, you are all cowards. Exception of those, because I'm very careful when I mention DOS, because it's not an individual, it's a collection of a lot of people. Wanda Nyanya is a member of DOS. For your information, Tarinami is a member of DOS. There are people who are members of DOS who are good and who are with us. So when I say DOS, please don't misunderstand me. I am not joining you with the bunch, but I'm saying those who have gathered to take counsel against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to call him names, to call his family names, they with his family. Started Kanu's siblings. I said to myself, wow. If these people are not afraid to castigate Onyendu's family, they are not afraid to call Kanonta names, if they are not afraid to call Fine Boy names, if they are not afraid to talk nonsense about that family, they are coming for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's what I told myself. Because if I respect you, I will never insult your mother. I will not insult your father. Neither insult your... No. Because if I have a problem with your siblings, I will come to you and say, listen, I am not happy with 1, 2, 3 your siblings are doing to me. Can you please talk to them? That is respect. But you go on social media, you begin to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family. Tell me he is your leader. Tell me you respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is not respect. When I know that these people are up to something. Now, let me continue, because I want to lay everything to bear. Ikenga, because people have me, why have you not spoken? And I'm going to speak about him this night for a reason. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. I brought Ikenga to South Africa. I'm saying it first time today, because when I started broadcasting in 2016, Ikenga was listening to my broadcast from Mozambique, and he will call to my show. He's always the first caller. Ikenga was always the first caller. He will call in and make his contribution. And I'm talking around 2016, when he was still in Mozambique. Ikenga told me he wants to come to South Africa. And then, of course, together with our comrade in Komlafa, we planned for Ikenga to come over. When Ikenga arrived in South Africa, I was the one who went to pick him up. I mean this, let him come and deny it and say I'm lying. I was the one who picked Ikenga up, exit rank. Him up and take him, put him in my car. And we had the former coordinator of Free State. So we went to that meeting just to discuss how are we going to help this comrade. And we are doing this because we help each other. Then we asked him, what do you want to do? He told me he wants to start selling motor parts. I said, no, I have a better idea. Why don't you sell, human hair and all those things? That was my suggestion. And at the end of the day, he agreed. I helped him. We went around, we looked for shop and everything. And finally, Ikenga started selling hairpiece. When I came, then I later left and went to Israel. But when I came back from Israel, he was doing well, perfectly well. I called him about. I was the brain behind the Ikenga. But I was doing it genuinely, thinking that I'm helping a comrade, because we're all under oath and we are bound to help one another. I called him, I said, I think you can do better, in broadcasting on Facebook. I can assist you. I will set you up. I helped him. We opened a Facebook page. He started his broadcasting. I was guiding him, telling him how to do and what to do and what not to do. I think this is confession on my own. I created a monster. Most of you probably will see now and then, when he started early in his broadcast, I was trying to build him with my reputation so that people can, listen to his broadcast. So that is how Ikenga started. And then I told Onye Ndumazi Nnamdi Kanu that I trust Ikenga. He can be one of our Facebook media warriors and what have you. Onye Ndumazi Nnamdi Kanu asked me, Edekwa sure? Ikechukwu, Edekwa sure? A trust through this guy. I vouched for him that I trust him. And then he was recognized. That's why Oyendu even mentioned his name in one of his broadcasts, because I took a shorty on Ikenga. And then before you know it, Ikenga diverted. He went left. And when Ikenga started going left, he went left because the so-called DOS, some people in DOS was energizing him. They were working with Ikenga on the side. They tell him what to say, and he will be saying. When Ikenga speak, you would think that Ikenga is even a part of DOS those days. And Ikenga was saying things, doing things. Sometimes I will call him to order and say, please don't do this, don't do that, don't do. He listens to me those days. I say, Oju nketa anya, ota onye nwe ya. Oju nwa nketa ya ome gini, ota onye nwe ya. There are things I cannot say here that I've done with him, or things I've done for him as a comrade. Because I'm a cashier, but I just want to set the record straight. Now, what did I get out of all this help? Helping a comrade. It's for this guy to go on air and begin to talk about Ikechukwu Onoha. What is my crime? Simply because they told me not to host one and then Nayanya on Radio Biafra. This is how I left for Radio Biafra. Mazio former told me, Ikechukwu, you are no longer going to host one and then Nayanya. We had issue, we had altercation. I said, no, I am going to continue. He said, why are you adamant in hosting one and then Nayanya? I said, I'll tell you why. The only person that will tell me to stop hosting one and then Nayanya is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said, what do you mean? I said, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu one-on-one told me, Ikechukwu, and said to me, any account that Wanda Nayanya does not have access to, any account, any IPOB account, anywhere in the world that Wanda Nayanya does not have access to, she cannot be able to tell what is happening in that account. That account must be shut down. And I'm saying this thing on the oath we took on IPOB. I am saying this thing, I lie not. On the oath we took on IPOB. Onyendu told me one-on-one. I'm not saying, I know some of you heard those audios when our leader would say, if one Nayanya is not privy to an account, it must be shut down. My own now one-on-one. Now, tell me, I want to tell you my crime. Why Chinasa Nworu and co decided to blackmail me, because all these people you are seeing that are talking rubbish all over, they are just the lapdogs. I want to tell you why Chinasa Nworu and co decided to tarnish my name, blackmail me, Mazi Ikechukwu Onoha, lied. But I had a superior, attitude over them because I never responded to them. I never. I cannot, exchange words with people whom I know that are not in the same level with me. So they told me that I should not host Nwata Nayanya. I refused. And when they insisted, I even called Nwata and said, listen, they don't want me to hold you on Radio Biafra anymore. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to resign from Radio Biafra and I'll be doing my broadcast on Facebook. Then I resigned from Radio Biafra. I stopped broadcasting on Radio Biafra. Nobody fired me. Nobody chased me away. And what people does not know is that in as much as Mazo Former was the media head, I was the one who is making sure that our systems are up and running. I was assisting him. I was working so hard to make sure everything runs fine. But I'm not the type that comes out and blow my own trumpet. I don't. That is one thing you should know about me. I don't fight in the open. I fight in a quiet place. That is how I fight. So I resigned from Radio Biafra and I started broadcasting on Facebook. My farmer told me, no, yes, you have resigned from Radio Biafra, but you cannot broadcast on Facebook using Biafra, Radio Biafra logo to host one than the Nayanya. Then I have to do what? Remove Biafra, Radio Biafra logo when I'm hosting one than the Nayanya on Facebook. This is Facebook. Until Onion Dumas and Namdekano heard what is happening. He ordered me to make sure, though he did not talk to me directly, but he gave an information and said, Ikechukwu, I want you to ensure that Biafra Radio is opened. This is how Biafra Radio was born. So when we tried, we did everything possible, and Biafra Radio was born. Oh, China Sanworu and Co went ahead and said, Ikechukwu Noha opened the radio. They have opened the radio. They begin to lie to the gullibles. Because the problem with our people is that they are very gullible. Anything they hear, they take it. Now, let me tell you one thing. A real man investigates. A real man interrogates issues before they can make a decision. You are a master of your own ship. You are the captain of your own destiny. You should not follow another man sheepishly without interrogating. Even our leader, sometimes our leader will say something, somebody will call in his show and begin to ask him questions. This is who we are. This is how we are born. We don't just take whatever you say. We must investigate. We must interrogate. He came and lied to the gullibles. Oh, Ikechukwu opened the radio. Until Onyendu confirmed that, yes, I am the one who asked them to open that radio. But he could not come back to tell his lapdogs that, yes, it was Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu who opened that radio. I want you to understand how people are deceived, lied to, blackmailed. And you think we can get Biafra by blackmailing one another? I don't think so. You think IPOB will flourish with blackmailing? I don't think so. This is not how Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu started the struggle. No. I don't know about you, but I was sanitized by Onyendu. He told us everything. I've learned so much from that man that I don't care who the hell you are. You cannot change my mind against Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot turn me against Nnamdi Kanu. It is a personal choice. I decided to follow him. I decided to join IPOB because of him and not because of any of you. No, I'm a man of my own, a man of my word. Who the hell are you to come and tell me things about Nnamdi Kanu? If you believe that Nnamdi Kanu did 1, 2, 3, I need the evidence, empirical evidence. With evidence, I'm one-on-one. I'm a man. I will verify. I will investigate on my own, and I will make my decision. Now I'm on Facebook, DOS are wise. And if the DOS are wise, and I'm telling you this night that Nnamdi Kanu is wiser. He is wiser because the so-called wise DOS, he is the one who set them up. He's wiser because I position. Who is the person now? Tell me that will replace Nnamdi Kanu. Tell me who. Give me a name. Who is that person that will replace Nnamdi Kanu? Mad people everywhere. No, it's not. It's freedom fighting. It's a calling. And if you are not called, you are wasting your bloody time. I'm telling you. So, this is how I set up Efe. This is how I set up Ikenga. And they collide and begin to lie against me because I left Radio Biafra. Now, because they want to please the so-called DOS, China Sanworu and Co., they begin to lie against me, blackmailing everywhere. You know, there is something that happened when I left South Africa and went to Israel. The same people, they came together, they lied and said, oh, Mazi Kechukwu is a thief. He stole our laptop, he stole our banner, and he took it to Israel. That was a lie that was told against me. I've seen it all. But one thing is that it doesn't move me. It does not move me. You can lie from here to Kafanchan. You can lie from here to anywhere you like. It does not move me. And it's not to boast, because sometimes people will say, oh, you are so arrogant, you boast. No. After all, they say, okay. I have 2 degrees here in South Africa. One is forensic investigation degree. My second degree is law. I've worked as a forensic investigator for 11 years for Vodacom South Africa. 11 good years I worked as a forensic investigator in this country. As you can see, for somebody of my status, somebody of my caliber to descend and begin to do what we do and to follow Ndumazi Nnamdi Kanu is because I saw something superior in him, something I don't have, something I cannot phantom. That is why, because I am not so proud and arrogant to calm down when I see a superior argument. When I listened to that man just once, I was changed, I was convinced, and I followed him. Now you think that you, in your lowness, will come down and ask me to turn against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Arona bagi ina yara. Ishome birigi kam na ajugi. Ishome birigi. For you to convince me, you need to bring up a superior argument. That is the only way you can convince me, Mazi Kechukwu. You cannot convince me by shouting and screaming on radio. No, I don't go like that. If you tell me, red, I want you to produce the evidence. In research, we call it empirical evidence. Because he who alleges must be able to substantiate that which they are alleging. Today, IPOB has come down to a blackmailing forum where people blackmail each other. If you don't agree with your comrade, you blackmail them, you lie against them. And you've forgotten one thing, that all of you are under oath. Yeah? You all are under oath. And yet you are blackmailing your brothers. And I must warn you, you know one thing I will not do in this struggle? I will not physically harm an IPOB member. No, I will not. But if you try to harm me, I will go on my knees. I will just say to Elohim, I will ask Elohim, you see, all of you that have lied against Mazi Kechukwu Onoha, the oath we took together will find you. It will locate you and it will destroy you. It's as simple as that. It's easy to lie. It's easy to talk all manner of rubbish against people, but you guys keep forgetting we are under oath. I said we are under oath. And oaths fight. It fights. No, we are not playing. We're not playing. So I am calling on all IPOB members, those who are still thinking, those who are still, their brain are still intact, to stand up and defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those who are still intact, I want you to stand and defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is a man who have given everything to the struggle, a man who has given the life of his parents, a man who has given up his freedom. This is not the first time, over and over. A man who have left his family, not because he doesn't want to be with them, but because he felt that he is fighting for Umokoko. He felt he's fighting for Umokoko. And you are here talking all manner of junk and rubbish. Instead of you just keep on talking, writing nonsense on Facebook with wrong English. You're fighting a man who is in jail. You are fighting a man who is in jail. Why don't you go and fight another man who is free, who is not in jail, and see my agejikwo kowapogi ishi. Dear friends, my heart is very heavy this evening, to be honest with you, because like I told you, this has been, this plan has been going on for a long time. Most of you think that today, no, they have been planning, they have been manufacturing all sort of lies and what have you, and they just write. Now, who do you think will believe all the junk you write if you cannot attach evidence to back up all those nonsense you are writing? You can write from today to tomorrow, as long as you cannot back up all the lies you are writing. I'm telling you, it's not going to lead us anywhere, and nobody's going to believe that junk. The next time you rethink or want to say that DOS are wise, I want you to remember one thing: Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is wiser. I'm going to repeat this. The next time you think of speaking that rubbish that DOS are wise, I want you to remember one thing: Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is wiser. Why is he wiser? You are wise, but somebody brought you in. You are wise, but somebody made you who you are today. You are wise, but somebody put you in that position you are. Now tell me, between you who is wise and the person who made you, who is wiser? Mokoko. All right, dear friends, this is where we are going to draw a curtain. I just thought I should come on and air this evening and lay it out to bear to where it is, so that people can understand that all these things has been going on and all those people are lying. And when you lie, let me tell you one thing: when you lie in this struggle, you are bringing hellfire on your head, because we are under oath, and the oath that we took will come after you. The oath that we took will come to haunt you. Now, you see everything I have said to you here on air. I want you to go to the people that have mentioned their name and tell them, this is what Mazi Ikechukwu has said. Is he lying or is he saying the truth? Because I don't know how. If I don't know what to say, I shut up. I've kept quiet for years. I didn't say a word. When people are busy going around rubbish and talking nonsense, I kept quiet. Not because I don't know the truth, but I want to let you all finish your rubbish. And then I will talk. But I can promise you one thing: Elohim ga-akpọcha unu ọkụ. Ọ ga-akpọ unu ọkụ, kpọọ ezinụlọ unu ọkụ. Ka ọnụ ha na-emebichi this struggle. Elohim ga-akpọ unu ọkụ, kpọọ ezinụlọ unu ọkụ. Ka ọnụ ha na blackmail one another. Elohim ga-akpọ unu ọkụ. I'm telling you. Ka ọnụ ha raising your hands against God's anointed, because that's what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is. The Bible said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. I'm not sure who is calling me. I don't normally take calls on my broadcast. I don't know. All right, let me see. Hello, who's on the line? Who is on the line? All right. I don't know who is on the line. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, speak. I'm listening, Mazi.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me though? All right. He cannot hear me. I was not prepared to take calls this evening. Unfortunately, he cannot hear me, and there's nothing we can do about it. Mazi, I actually can hear you, but you cannot hear me. So
maybe I will cut and call back again.
All right, you can do that. All right, so we don't normally take calls on this program, but of course, if I don't know how he managed to get my numbers and to call in, and then I will be obliged to take his call and hear what he is going to say. This is Biafra Radio, and of course, we are live. We are direct. Elohim, he is presiding over what we do. We are called into the struggle by Oyenduma Nnamdi Kanu, and of course, all right, let me try again, probably for the last time. Mas, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Good evening.
All right, good evening from Yamazi. All right, you called in. Of course, I don't normally take calls, but I will oblige. Please go ahead. What do you want to say?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you so much.
There will.
You know, every time we hear your voice on this Halo platform, it reminds us of the days of old. You've given a brief history. That is meant to educate those who came late to what we are doing. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Yamazi Chinwakweze, and I'm calling from Toronto, Canada. I am the coordinator for IykeObed, Indigenous People of Biafra, Ontario Province.
Welcome.
So, Mazi, So, what I wanted to say shortly in this your program, I know it's not a calling program anyway, but I just want to encourage our people. It is always very, very. This is to remind us that when they say smite the shepherd and the sheep will scatter.
Absolutely.
But there are people that are still remaining very, very resolute. The people that cannot be shaken by whatsoever shenanigan is going on. They cannot be moved. People like us cannot be moved. We are standing still here to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught us something. And that thing that every IykeObed must learn is what is the right thing Onyendu said you should do, even while he's not there. You see, for people, the TOX, with this struggle, is attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is helpless in the prison. It's like when they say somebody's hands are tied and you are beating that person. You are doing all manner of things, inflicting injury upon injury, no matter what is going on, no matter the dispute, no matter the disagreement they have, they should wait. I think the primary assignment of DOS is to ensure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out. That should be their primary assignment now, not fighting against the people that the way you see it's like a father is, and the first son, if he can't get the rest are doing to you, is what DOS has done to this struggle. You understand? They did all matter of all manner of things they did without evidence, by speculation, by they label you as saboteur, they call you awesome. But let me say something before I now. Where with X, start reorganizing yourselves again for a consolidation and a reform. We cannot be waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, because the people that are supposed to reorganize us has even made us scattered the more. We are going to regroup ourselves. The remnants, there must be remnants. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said 100 men can mean different things. But for us, it means men that are still standing. People that have not wavered, they have not shaken, they are still standing, they are well consolidated. Those are the people we want to regather again all across the world. Even if they are not up to 1,000, even if they are not up to 800, even if they are just that same 100 on the dot, we want to gather those people. But what we want to, what we are asking is, who are those people who are still ready to do what Onyendu is told us to do, even while he's with us? We need those people to start to come to this radio. Mazi, but something I want to appeal to you. I've told you this in the past. If it is possible, I know you are a very busy person. Your job is this. But if it is possible, can we get somebody on this radio?
The UK. He will come on air tomorrow. So yeah, but we'll still try and also get more people. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because there are different. We want, you see, those days of old that you are talking about, motherland, motherland. We in diaspora, we wait for that program more than
Yes, it
Sentinel
was
wait for
a
the
it
dawn.
was a
You
blast.
know,
It was a blast.
yes, we were waiting. We set our alarm clock and we're waiting for that time to come. As you did very well, and you are still doing very well. I encourage you, please. We are holding forth for Onyendu. We are holding the fort. We will not allow it to collapse, no matter what they do. We will not allow the effort of the years gone in the past to collapse. We are here. We are standing. No shaking. Everybody who knows Onyendu and what it stands for knows that if Onyendu wants his freedom today, he will come out today. But he knows what he wants. And that is why he is still there. And it is more strong. So we must stand with him. We must stand with him. Men should start coming to this radio to speak. Amazi, please, when you do program, even if it's 3 or 4 calls, try and take.
Yes,
I know this one is
I will
just.
do that.
Please.
I will do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Mazi.
so much,
I
Ma.
appreciate
Thank you for breaking the
your
gates.
time. Yeah.
Thank you for breaking the gates and entering. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So there you have it, and that's our comrade. Of course, I did not open the line because we will still, thank all of you who have heard my voice this evening, all of you who have joined me this evening, and I'm telling you, stand and fight for Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu. Stand and fight for what is just. Stand and fight for what is right. People are not asking how is Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal fees are being footed. People are not asking that. It is only few men and women who are doing that. You can still get involved and join and ensure that our leader, because people are saying, oh, we want our leader to come out, we want this, but then you are not asking, how are we going to make this happen? It cannot be made happen through financial support and financial assistance. And our head of finance, Wanda Nayanya, she is doing marvelously well. That is one woman who is still standing. After all she has been through, after all the blackmailing, and she's still standing. My goodness me. I've never seen a strong woman like that. When I took a decision, I rather resign from Radio Biafra than not to host her. I know why I did so. Because as long as Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu, still, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, no, you are no go area, then I'm gone. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, this is where we pitch our tent, that is where I stand. It doesn't matter whoever you are. You cannot make me to do otherwise. It's as simple as that, because you did not call me into the struggle. I brought myself when I heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All right. So before we go, there is this beautiful music. My goodness me, that one of us produced, and he did it for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I want you to listen in before we bring into it.
When a voice rise for freedom, sometimes the world is shake. You stand for truth, you talk your mind. Say every people deserve their shine, but the road turned dark, the night come quick. Dream where they burn make the chains feel thick. Yet his eyes still they speak courage, even when the walls around him rage. Your story no be just one man's fight, not cry of a people wanting light. No matter how far them lock his door, the soul where they fight go still rise more. Nnamdi Kanu, your voice still they call. Even if the night feel like it won't end at all. Chains fit by the body, but never a dream. Your hope still they flow like a rising stream. You ask for freedom with the fearless heart, even when it pain you know back down or depart. Your name be echo of truth, a reminder that justice still gets work to do. Friday pray with tears for eyes. Say God go answer you, you know go lie. People they whisper songs for roll. Carry your story like a sacred load. Life it's wound, but truth no die. Even for chains, your spirit still fly. History they write itself for night, but one sunrise we restore the rise. Storm no they last forever long. Very soon do we go. Oh, Nandikano, your voice still they call. Even if the night feel like it won't end at all. Chance fit by the body, hope still they flow like a rising storm. You ask for freedom with a fearless heart, even when it pain you know back down or depart. Oh, your name the echo of truth, a reminder say justice still gets work to do. If tears could break iron, if prayers could open door, carry you home. Oh, your voice still rise beyond the bars like a cry where go reach the stars. Oh, Nandikanu, freedom still they call your name. Free Kanu, free Kanu, free Nandikanu, free, let him go, free, let him go.
All right, thank you very much, great dear friends, and of course, thank you once again for joining us. And this is where we will live it, and of course, we will be back soon than you anticipated. From me, Mazi Kechuku Onoha, and of course, from here, it is goodbye, and God bless Biafra. And may God bless our leader, Mazen Namde Kano, and all men of good will.